Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Paul chapter 85, and this one is titled The Final Day. What luck is this? You thought as you clicked on reply email. This is my out. You started to tap out your reply, expressing your interest and thanks, and asking what day he would like you to attend for your interview. You are now into your final week at UA, and no one except Nezu knew about your imminent departure. The principal of My Hero Academy had replied your email, and everything was set for you to have the interview in Washington on the Friday immediately following your completion at UA on Thursday. Aizawa had still been thinking about what the passenger had said to him that night that he had saved you and the others from the gun attack, and he was trying to find the right time, as well as the right words, to adequately apologise to you and ask if you two could start over again. It was Wednesday, one more day to go till you left UA. Ah, Miss Lin, Principal Nezu greeted you in the hallway on Wednesday morning outside Hazashi's classroom. Did my friend from America get in contact with you? Yes, he did, you said with a smile. Thank you so much for recommending me. It's my pleasure, Nezu replied, looking up at you. Although it was a difficult email for me to write, I do appreciate your expertise, and I wanted to help my friend out in his particular situation. That's very kind of you, he said to him. I have the interview on Friday. Well, I do wish you all luck, Nezu replied as he passed you and headed down the hall. Do be sure to say hello to him for me. I will, you said brightly, continuing on your way. As you and Nezu walked in opposite directions, Hazashi poked his head out of the classroom and looked at your back as you walked away. What was that all about? He wondered. You kept walking and entered the staff room, stiffening a bit when you saw Aizawa in there. Silently you passed him and walked to your desk and then sat down and pulled out some papers. It was just the two of you alone and you tried not to be bothered by it, but you were. As you worked, you heard Aizawa clear his throat. It's been an easy morning, Aizawa commented from his desk. You hummed in acknowledgement. Silence again. Then Aizawa got up and walked over to you. May I have a word? He asked in a low voice. You looked up at him and clenched your jaw, then relaxed it. About us, he said. Your heart did a forward roll and bounced into your lungs, making it hard for you to breathe as it chucked a tantrum in there. I'm sorry, you replied darkly. I no longer want to discuss anything like that with you. If you don't want to talk professionally, then you can leave. I understand how you're feeling. No, you do not, you replied with low-key anger as you pushed a hand onto the desk and stood up to glare at him. I've moved on. Please leave. Your heart was hurting. His heart was hurting. But he respectfully stepped back and turned away, heading back to his desk. He knew he had hurt you, and it seemed like it was beyond redemption now. I do deserve this for everything I've done to her. I've been very unfair. It looks like I've left my Ron too late, he thought, regretfully sitting back down at his desk and continuing his work while you sat down at your desk and scrunched your nose up with disdain. Angry at him and angry at yourself. One more day and I'm done. Just one more day. Thursday morning you left your apartment, your bag for your trip all packed and ready to go for the flight on Friday morning. With a heavy heart you walked to the bus stop, then headed to the school for the final time. It was almost like you were hyper aware of everything that cool morning. Had the gates always been that big? Had the front steps always sounded like that when you walked up them to head inside? Had the birds always sung so loudly? The soft tick, tick, tick of your heels on the corridor flooring made the lump in your throat grow as you walked the halls for the final time. You really just wanted to grab your things and leave already. It was painful enough knowing that this was your last day, and on top of that, you were having to pretend to be happy, just like this was any other ordinary Thursday morning. You entered the staff room and grabbed a pile of papers to start grading, but then stopped. I don't need to be doing this anymore. After today, I'm not going to be a teacher here, so there's no point in starting. This is going to be Aizawa's problem, or the next assistant teacher's problem. While sitting there, you wondered what the reaction would be of the staff and students when they found out about you leaving. What would Aizawa say? Would he care? Would he get a new assistant? Your mind conjured up a beautiful woman who would take your place as Aizawa's assistant, and you immediately paired her with Aizawa, inserting her into all the intimate situations you had been in with Aizawa yourself, and your blood boiled. Yin! Yin! A voice snapped you out of your daydream. Sorry, yes? You squeaked. Yes? Oh, hi, Hazashi. That was a terrifying face you were pulling, he said with a loud laugh. I'd hate to be on the receiving end of whatever you were thinking about. Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was pulling a face, he apologized, trying to relax. Big day ahead? He asked as he sat his bag down on the desk. Nothing unusual, just same old, he replied vaguely. I think we have History of the Hero today. Oh, yes, I remember that one, Hazashi said. It's usually followed up with Hero Today, isn't it? Isn't that tomorrow's lesson? I don't know, he replied. You hadn't bothered to check the schedule for Friday because you weren't going to be there. Are you slacking on your work, Miss Lin? He asked cheekily. Aizawa isn't going to be happy when you don't know what the lesson plans are for the next day. At that moment, Aizawa arrived and you looked at him. Yes, that one's tomorrow, he said blandly. Ah, I knew it, Hazashi said. See, I make an amazing assistant. Miss Lin and I are doing quite well by ourselves, thank you, Aizawa replied to him. And there ends chapter 85. Stay tuned for chapter 86 tomorrow.